In this video, we solved some inequalities, and let's look at our questions. In exercise 2G, we can see that we have inequalities on all of the questions. And basically an inequality is where you have something like a greater than sign or a less than sign, maybe a greater than equal to sign or a less than an equal sign. So these are called inequalities. Okay, and we're specifically going to look at questions 3, 4, and 5. And this video focuses on the inequalities that have positive pronumerals as opposed to negative pronumerals. So I'll just highlight what I mean by positive pronumerals. So we've got an x or an m, or an x divided by 3, or a 4a, or a 7x, a y, a 5x, a b. They're all positive, whereas in another video that I'll do, we'll look at the more difficult solving of inequalities where we have a negative pronumeral, such as the ones highlighted in pink. Okay, so we're really looking at the ones highlighted in yellow for this video. The way that we'll do this video is we've got the answers on the right and the questions on the left. Okay, and we'll work through from the questions and we'll just compare them with the answers. We're going to start with question 3. And what we have to do in this situation here with 3a, we want to remove the 5 from the left-hand side of the inequality. And so we need to do an inverse operation. And that means that we minus 5 from both sides of that inequality. And that will mean on the right-hand side will be 8 minus 5, which is 3. And so x is equal to 3, which we can see there with our answers. X is not equal to 3, x is less than 3. Okay, let's look at D. Okay, we've got negative 12m, negative 12 plus m is less than negative 7. Well, again, we want to remove our negative 12 from the left-hand side of the inequality. And so we need to do an inverse operation, which means we need to add 12 to both sides. And so by doing that on the right-hand side of the inequality, we will have minus 7 plus 12, which is 5. Okay, and so that gives us m is less than 5. Okay, let's do another one. B. Okay. B minus 2 is greater than 3, and so we want to remove the minus 2 from the left-hand side of the equal sign. So we add 2 to both sides. So on the right-hand side, we'll have 3 plus 2, which is 5, and so it's B is greater than 5. And this time with question E, what we've got is we've got 5x is greater than or equal to 15. Again, what we want to do in this situation is we want to remove the 5 from the left-hand side of the from the inequality. And so we need to do the opposite of the 5 times x, the opposite of the 5. So opposite of 5 times will be divided by 5. So we divide both sides by 5. And so on the right-hand side of the inequality, 15 divided by 5 is 3. And we've got it there. Done. Okay. Question H. What we've got there is y plus 10 is greater than or equal to 0. Again, what we do is we need to do the opposite of that plus 10, which is a minus 10. So we do that to both sides of our inequality. And so we've got y is less than 10. Fantastic. So we've actually just gone through 5 different answers there, 5 different questions. Let's now look at G. because it's an x divided by 3. And then we'll look at, if we look at j and k, they're pretty similar because j has got the 4a, which is similar to the 7x in k, and j has got the plus 6, which is similar to the negative 5 in question k. So we'll look at that one as well. Okay, so let's get going on question G. Okay, so with this one, with G, we've got x divided by 3 is greater than or equal to 4. So what we need to do, if something's divided by 3, what's the opposite of a divide? It's a times. So we're going to times both sides of our inequality by 3. So 4 times 3 is 12. So x is greater than or equal to 12. Excellent. Have we got another one of those there with a divide? No, we don't. We've got a... No, that's it there. Okay, so now let's do our last two, which are J and K. So this is really just a two-step process to finding the answer. Okay, let's deal with J first. Okay, so we've got to remove our 4 from the 4a, and we've also got to remove the 6 from the plus 6. So let's deal with the 6 at first. So we want to minus 6 from both sides of that inequality. And so minus it on the left will leave us with 4a. And on the right, we want to do 12 minus 6, which is 6. And then secondly, what we want to do is we want to remove the 4 from, let's do it in a different colour there. We want to remove the 4 from the left-hand side of the inequality. So we want to divide both sides of the inequality by 4. And so that will give us 6 over 4, which quite rightly, as it shows here, is 1.5, which if we just continue down here, jumping around, 1.5. And so we've solved that one. So really in question J, just to recap, it had two steps. The first step was to remove the plus 6 from the left-hand side of the equal sign, and we did that by minusing both sides by 6. And step 2 became to remove the 4 in that 4a is greater than or equal to 6. And so we divided both sides by 4. Let's now move finally to K. Okay. What we want to do with K is we need to remove the 7 or the minus 5 first. We need to remove the minus 5 first. Just as when we did question J, we removed the plus 6 first. Okay, so let's remove the minus 5. So we're adding 5 to both sides. So that will become 7x is less than 2 plus 5, 7. Okay, and now we need to divide both sides by 7. Okay, so that will become 7 is less than 7 over 7, which 7 over 7 equals 1. Okay, excellent. So in this video, we've looked at solving inequalities where the pro-numeral is a positive. There we go. Positive. In our next video, we'll deal with solving the inequalities where our pro-numeral is actually a negative. So that one's got an extra step. Okay, that's all in the video for inequalities. Thanks for watching.